the cons to hire more black people?
I don't, that was probably after I left,
Okay.
you see.
Okay. Do you remember anyone having store credit or regular customers? Was that commonplace?
Yes, I would think so. I think so. The farmers always, because they didn't get it, they didn't have really a lot of money until they sold their crops. So they had accounts, charge accounts there. We didn't have a charge account because my daddy believed in, if you can't pay for it, you don't buy it,
Right. Okay. Let's see. Do you remember having like any difficult customers or shoplifters while you worked there?
No.
Do you remember any specific brands?
No. Come to think of it, no. I remember White Stag. I bought a pair of pants that were White Stag, and I remember they were so expensive. But I don't remember how much I paid, but I can remember saying, that's why I remembered the brand, White Stag. It was an exclusive brand at Mervyn Cohen's. I had saved my money to buy a pair of slacks, White Stag. And now that you buy that White Stags at Walmart.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's at Walmart's now. And in those days, it was really, when you bought something White Stag, you had a good product,
Did they have White Stag at the Hyman?
I don't remember.
What about deliveries? Did they make you do deliveries?
No.
No.
I didn't do deliveries.
Do you remember, did y'all deliver goods to people? If they called in and said, I need...
Not in the department I worked in. Maybe the groceries, in that department, and I'm sure appliances, if you bought an appliance, they delivered.
Okay. Did they have any hurricanes or like emergencies when you worked there? No. Or do you remember like growing up hearing of anything?
No.
No. Okay. So you said you continued to shop there until it closed. How did it evolve over time?
Well, eventually they had to close several departments, like they closed the appliance department first, and they closed the grocery department, and it got to where it was just what the ladies were buying,
Okay. Would you say the store had any influences over Rain?
Oh, definitely. A lot of people, that's the only jobs they could get, and that, sure, that was...
So not only was it the only jobs they could get, it was one of the only places to shop?
Right, it was the only... I don't remember there being... Not in the early years, later on we had a few little shops that opened. But... when I worked there, Mervyn Cohen's was the only store we had here.
And was it the only place that people came to like really socialize? Like you said, people came to gossip and...
I guess so.
When the store closed, how did you think that affected Rain?
Oh, big loss for Rain. I mean, you had to go to Lafayette if you wanted to buy anything, because Crowley didn't have much either,
Did a lot of people lose their jobs? Were there a lot of people?
Well, everybody that was working there lost their jobs. There's some people that had been there from, the only job they ever had,
And why do you think it's important to document the history of Mervyn Con?
Well, I think it'd be interesting, and it was the first really store or anything that we had here in Rain, and now we still don't have very much.
So nothing has really replaced it.
No, we don't have a big department store. We have, we have the dollar stores and but as far as for a nice department store, we don't have that.
And what about it? So it was a place that people came together and they shopped and they socialized. Is there another place people go to socialize here in Rand?
If you want to eat, you know, at one of the eating places, that's
So you lost like a sense of community,
yeah.
really. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add? Any like specific memories about Marine
No,
Cove?
like I said, I really didn't work there long enough. In fact, when she called me, and I said, well, I really don't have anything to say because I was there for such a short time, and I was so young, you know, that a lot of things didn't register, you know, with me.
But you shopped there.
Oh yeah, I shopped there.
So how was your shopping experience different from working there when you worked there? After you quit and you would go back to shop, how was that?
Well, it was more fun. I had a little bit more money too.
Yeah.
I had a job. I really had a job then.
And what would you mostly go to buy there? Dresses?
A fabric. My mom sewed a lot. We bought a lot of fabric and underwear. They had a good line of underwear there.
Did you feel sorry for the person having to cut your fabric?
Yeah. In fact, I'm laughing with one of the girls that's here for an interview. She said when she was measuring the yardage, Jan Cowell was watching her because she said she'd always give a little bit more than the yard.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got for you.
Well,
I hope that wasn't too painful.